Now we're in our fourth section. We're going to switch from Google Documents over to the presentation section. So I'm actually looking at a presentation right now. I'm going to create a brand new presentation just to sort of show you how some of the features work. If I go into Google Docs, I'll click on Create New, and then I can do Presentation. And what this gives me is a visualization that shouldn't be entirely unfamiliar to people who have created PowerPoint documents before. I'm actually going to click on this is keyboard shortcuts day. I'm really passionate about this. So just for your information, I'm going to do Command Shift F, and that will put my Google Chrome browser into this full screen view. So this click to add stuff. I'm going to delete the subtitle. Is very similar to what you will be familiar with from PowerPoint. I'll just type in some text here. We're going to return to our scenario here where we're going to talk about drinking some Kenya AAA. Here is a little piece of text. I'm going to insert, just for fun, a little headfirsty image. For those of you who are familiar with headfirst books, you'll be familiar with this image. I'm going to insert it right off of my desktop. I have a Google Apps course on my desktop, and I'll have this corny-looking guy holding a cup of coffee. Click OK. And this is an image that has now, as we've described earlier, been pasted into this Google presentation. There is, if I were to go back to my desktop and play around with this image, Google would have no idea. This image is now permanently housed inside of my presentation. And this particular image is a little bit big, and I can actually resize it like this. Although that wasn't a particularly good resizing because now his face has been warped. You can resize images inside of presentations in the same way that you might be familiar with resizing objects inside of Photoshop or any of the Adobe products, which is clicking on this little corner box and holding down the Shift arrow, and this will have the effect of maintaining the aspect ratio of the image so that I won't end up, warping the image. I can resize it nicely without having to worry about it getting all messed up. So I'm just resizing this text box, which is not a terribly difficult thing to do. And if I want to create a new slide, I can click back over here to insert a new slide in the presentation. This little box with a plus on it. It allows me to choose a slide layout. And in this particular slide, I'm going to insert a bug. I'm going to delete this subtitle box again, and I'll create some text saying, let's say, the coffee is organic, so expect to see a few of these. And I'm going to insert another image. If I go to Insert Image, again, go to Choose File, I got this little bug image, and I'm going to click OK on this, and something kind of funny is going to happen. Google gives me an error that says that this particular image is in an invalid format. And for a list of acceptable formats, I should look at this particular web link. I actually had this precise experience when I was trying to insert an image into a presentation, and there really shouldn't be anything wrong with that image because it was just a standard JPEG image. So I'm going to click Command H to hide this window and take a closer look at this image. And if I go under my presentation, I can see that this bug is just a standard JPEG image. And if I open it with Photoshop, I can see that the bug up here at the top, it says CMYK. And basically this particular image, which I got from a stock art repository, is a CMYK image, which it stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, black. And you probably will never have an issue with this if you're just inserting images that you pulled off the internet, or images that you took with a digital camera. But a lot of times images are in a certain CMYK format, simply because offset presses will have inks that correspond to cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And Google Docs couldn't read a CMYK image, so I'm going to go back and click on Save for Web and Devices. I'm in Photoshop right now. And then I'll just click Save, and it will save as an RGB image, and I'll call this bug RGB. So now if I go back into Google Chrome and try to insert the image again, go to Insert Image, choose File. If I go to Desktop, where I save the RGB image, and open that, then then Google Docs will have no problem with it. It's taking a second to upload. So here's my little bug image. So we've succeeded in inserting some images, but you can go far beyond images and insert other types of media. So for example, I'm going to create a new slide, and I'm going to insert a video. And there's actually kind of a funny way that you have a funny set of procedures that you need to go through to insert a video inside of a presentation. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to insert a video of Michael Milton, but not this Michael Milton, a different one. So I'm going to do my little subtitle here. This is going to be my caption for my image. And there's a video that I want to include. I'm going to go to YouTube. I just did Command T to create a new tab. And if I search for videos under for Michael Milton, you'll find this person who I admire very much, who shares a name with me, who's a Paralympian Australian skier. And so I wanted to include a video of him. I'm actually not going to play the video right here. But one of the things the way that you insert a video into a Google presentation is through YouTube primarily. You cannot directly upload videos from your desktop into Google presentation. What you need is this little code that is at the end of a YouTube video. I'm up here at the address bar. And this particular code is YouTube's unique identifier for that video. Now, I'm going to go back to my presentation. If I want to go ahead and insert a video, I can go to the Insert Video dialog, and it will give me like a few options for inserting videos. And if I can, in order to get at the video that I want to use, I can either search for the video, and I could type in, Michael Milton. Actually, I typed that in correctly. And actually, it happens to show the specific downhill ski image that I want to use. But earlier, when I did the same search, it didn't happen to give me the right link. And so the thing you need to do in that kind of situation is to paste in the YouTube ID of the video that you want to link to inside of your presentation. And so if I click on Search Video, then it will only return this particular video of Michael Milton doing downhill ski. And so it's sort of funny, you would like to be able to, let me go ahead and play this while I'm talking. I'm going to turn the volume down and maybe make this a little bit larger. It might make sense to be able to directly upload a video, and it's unfortunate that you can't do that. But if you put your own personal video into YouTube, take note of what the ID is. That's the sort of set of procedures you need to go through in order to insert a video into a Google presentation. So those are just the rest of the learning points about actually creating presentations are pretty straightforward. So for example, if I wanted to have a kind of Steve Jobs look to this presentation with a black background and a gradient, I could just go to format, presentation settings, and then change theme and pick out I'll pick this theme. And it it will change the fonts in the background and so forth. And there's a bunch of different options that you can use. It's very similar to PowerPoint.
A question from GoToWebinar: is clip art available in Google Docs?
Right. So that's a really big issue. Clip art's kind of the answer is any clip art that you have on your computer, you would be able to use, and simply by uploading the images just as a plain picture file. In terms of having a pre-packaged library of clip art that's specific to Google presentations, no, it doesn't. Google presentations does not offer that. But you can import any sort of image that you like. So.
And Michael, I have a couple other questions regarding this.
Yeah, please. I'm done with this particular section, so please fire away.
Okay. Another MIB in the chat room would like to know, how do you center a video? And they go on to say the justifications are grayed out.
The justifications are grayed out, right? Yeah. So it's interesting. I'm getting grayed out justifications as well. I think, okay, so in the context of, I think the justifications are probably primarily a text thing. And I think that you would think of centering an image or a piece of art on a slide as being an alignment thing. And I know that, for example, inside of Adobe products, you can align things to each other, and then you can align things to your canvas. And so to use the terminology that this question implies, the question would be, how do you align an image or a video or any sort of object to a canvas? So when I select two objects here and then right click on it, it gives me the option to align these two objects to each other. And then I guess it allows me to, the alignment seems to apply to objects relative to each other rather than objects relative to the page. And so that's a very long way of saying I'm not sure how you would center an image on a page other than just manually placing it with your cursor.
Okay, a couple more questions. From Sachin in the chat room, does it support animations, transitions for elements in a slide?
Yes, if you have bullet point lists, there's something called incremental reveal, which will allow you to incrementally, reveal elements of a list. If I have in terms of I don't think that the slide transitions from slide to slide features are quite as powerful as what you have inside of PowerPoint. And I'm not even sure that you have the option inside of Google presentation to make text fly across the screen and stuff like that. So it's going to be less than you see inside of PowerPoint, but there are some options.
Okay, I have another question from SC Studios. If you then download the presentation with an embedded video, do you get a copy of the video on your computer, or is it just a link back to YouTube? Because they're thinking about using this in a no internet access scenario.
Well, I will try it in multiple different ways. So I just downloaded that document as a PDF, and for the video, it is rendering the video as an image that is hyperlinked. So I just did that really fast. Let me do it a little bit more slowly. If I go to File, Download as PDF, it gives me this little PDF down here, which I can click on. And if I go down to the bottom, it shows my image here as it shows my video as an image, which is hyperlinked. So if I click on this, it will take me to YouTube and play the video for me. Now, this is not what she wants. She wants to be able to view the video inside of an embedded presentation in a non-internet accessible environment. And I would be surprised if that worked with PowerPoint, but we'll just give it a shot. PowerPoint's going to take me a couple minutes to take a couple of moments to open on my computer, but I don't think you can do that. I'll try it, but maybe now would be a good time to ask another question while PowerPoint's loading on my computer.
Okay, will do.
Or never mind. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's an image inside of PowerPoint. So no, the answer is no. You can't do it.
Question from the chat room. Once a presentation is created, can we insert them without difficulty on web pages, blogs, whatever, our own website, to play them on that page directly?
Yes, so there's two fundamentally different approaches to this. The answer is absolutely. That's very much the whole point. And there are two basic approaches to doing this. And it all depends on whether the web page you're using is a Google site or not. As we saw in the first section, Google Sites almost, with very limited exceptions, doesn't let you paste embedded JavaScript code, which is what an embedded presentation would be. The convention that Google Sites uses is gadgets, and so what you would do inside of a Google Sites context is to create a presentation gadget that you then point to a Google presentation that you created. So, and it's important to make sure that your sharing settings are set. I'm actually doing this right now, so that the document is published. And once you have the published document, you can actually grab the embedded code right here down at the bottom, and just paste that into any web page that you happen to be like any blog that you like. If you were using a WordPress blog, I mentioned that's what I use. I would just be able to take my blog entry from HTML view and just paste that code in there, and I'd have no trouble.